particular song and try to visualize how I would want it to look like. So when I started writing, I started writing poetry first, then went to prose, and then it went to drama. And I felt like if it's my script and I write it, I feel like I'm the best person to direct it because it's from my mind. It's my brainchild, so I should be able to direct it to my heart's potential because I don't think anyone else will be able to do justice to it like the way I would do because, you know, it's my brainchild. So that's sort of the inspiration behind me directing, like writing and directing.
And how does, I know that, because I also kind of write, but I don't know that you have that kind of disconnect because sometimes what you envision in your mind and what you direct, it's not always going to line up.
Definitely.
It's not always going to line up.
I have this ideology. I believe every single artist is more of a conduit for something sentient.
Okay.
So that thing is that whatever entity is giving you the inspiration to write whatever it is, it's pure. But once it enters your system and you are bringing it out, it tends to get muddled or becomes mortal.
Yeah, okay.
So because of that, you wouldn't get exactly what you want because things have taken place that have, you know, muddled the entire immortality of everything. So I try not to, you know, ponder over how it didn't go according to plan, and then I just live with the fact that I did what I could. That's usually how I go about, you know, the whole creative process when it comes to directing and then writing. Yeah, writing.
All right, hey Ruby, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. It's been a while. How you been? How's work?
Work is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure? Okay, so you know, the aim of all this is just to kind of get to know the actors, and not really the actors. I don't like to describe you guys as actors, but I want to kind of get into the mindset of creatives because I think that everyone who is in Treasure App is more or less more than just an actor. There are people who are more explorative. Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to now, let's just start from the very beginning, the very, very start when I first met you, which was, I think that was TikTok.
On TikTok.
Yeah. So what were you actually using TikTok for at that time? Was it just for fun or?
It was just for fun. I was just in the house doing nothing.
Yeah. So there was no aim. You didn't want to make money from TikTok.
I was hearing that. I actually didn't believe that.
You didn't believe that?
I don't believe anybody makes money out of TikTok.
Oh, for real? For real?
Yeah. I mean, if it's true, then it's good. But then I don't know.
Okay. And so then when did you actually start branching into, was it fashion? The very first thing I spoke to you about was the fashion, right?
Yeah.
Or was that anything else? Anything else? I wasn't anything flirty. But it was fashion, right?
Yes. Why did you use the word flirty?
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it was fashion, and my mom sews, so at the time I was in the house, just had to start helping here.
So it wasn't your own passion; it was from your mom.
It's mine too.
It's your own too. Or you made it your own
too.
Oh, okay. And what's your style in terms of fashion?
I don't have a style.
You don't have a style, really? You did one with leaves and stuff on it.
As long as I look good.
Really? Okay, sure.
It could be weird. It could be just as long as I look good.
And does that influence how you even dress in your life? Do you use your fashion sense in how you actually walk? Or do you just wear anything?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I should think so.
Really? Okay. So then, when I approached you about the whole role for Treasure App, what made you even want to even join? Because I don't think that was where we first linked up. It was about clothing line. But what made you even want to kind of explore that side and decide that, you know, to try?
Yeah, that's naturally, that's how I am. I like to try a lot of things.
For real?
Yeah.
Anything at all?
Explore anything at all. Yes.
I no problem. So like how was your experience when you first got? Have you ever been recorded before in front of a camera?
No.
Nah. So was that your first time?
Yes, that was my first time.
Were you nervous?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
No.
So what's the mindset you have when the camera's on you? Like, what goes in your head? Or you just act normal?
I act normal because I feel like I watch a lot of movies and behind the scenes. Yeah. So I think I kind of took it from there.
Yeah.
It's like you just have to be yourself, yes?
Yeah, I agree. So definitely you're given a bit of a script, but do you relate to the character that you were given, Beryl?
I think so.
Okay, so what's your view of Beryl, actually?
I feel like Beryl is an attention seeker.
That's you. That's you.
I mean, I feel like every girl likes attention.
Yeah, okay, from a point of view, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every girl likes attention.
So how else do you relate to Beryl? What else makes you feel like she's
the fashion, the fact that she's also into fashion. And I feel like you intentionally made that character for me.
I did. That's
you just like pitched it in.
Yeah, pitched it in. I look at the people, then kind of tailor the character to them.
And the drama around the whole human being.
But would you support how Beryl treats? You know, she's kind of like playing some of the guys. We have Edem, we have Jason. So, would you think that Beryl has focus on what she's doing, or she's just playing?
Yeah. About that, I feel like she's playing.
She's playing.
She's playing a lot.
But do you like her genuinely as a character?
Yes, I actually do.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to the relationship part, I like the stress and the drama about it. Aside that, I feel like she is. I feel like she is always being like, oh, she needs to be around this person to help her fashion and all that, but I'm not really seeing anything. You know?
Yes. How did you feel about your very first kiss scene with what's his name again, the actor? What's his name? Isian. You guys did like 4 or 5 tries, and me personally, I was actually shocked because when I say you guys had a kissing scene, I didn't think you'd do it. I thought it would take a bit of convincing, because when you guys came on that scene, I was like, oh, you guys to do something. They call it chaste kiss. I thought that's what you guys were going to do. I genuinely didn't think you put in the tongue and all that. I was like, but how did it feel? How did it feel? Like, not actually how did you feel, but like, did you feel nervous doing such a scene like that?
No, I don't know, but with the camera, I'm never really nervous or shy.
Really?
Not really. Not really.
And even on that scene, we were all there. It was not just the camera. Like, it was the whole crowd. You were not even shy.
No. I'm not really a shy person. And Isian and I, we text. Not really.
Oh, you guys had a relationship before? Or?
Oh, no. Like, we text.
Yeah.
So it's not like somebody, a stranger, that I'm gonna... Yeah, you told us about the kissing scene way before we did it.
Yeah, that's true.
So even if anything, probably we're prepping to it. I didn't say I went to see.
But
like we had it in our minds. Yeah, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to flop.
You guys killed it. You guys killed it. And I also want to ask, do you and Edem, like, do you feel like his acting rolls off you? Do you feel confident, or do you feel like at ease when you were, doing your scenes in the car?
Yeah. I think I'm comfy around everybody. I haven't had any
issues. Well, I think I've been very, very impressed with how you've been so far and everything you've shot so far. Like, there's some people who they take a while to kind of just get into it, but there's some people who they just go into the show, and then I feel like you have that knack. And I think it's really been an honor to kind of work with you. So yes, some more stuff coming up. Don't worry, no more kissing scenes. Don't worry, that's it.
Are you sure?
Oh, why you won't
mind?
You don't mind? Najeem, Peter Najeem, what's up?
I do.
You did, yeah. All right. So let's start from the start. You're not in school again, right? You graduated, right?
Yeah, I'm done. I finished this year, so I'm currently doing my service.
Your service? Oh, okay. How's it been?
I mean, it's a bit stressful, but what can I do?
Acquah Productions. All right. So let's start from how I even met you. Who recommended you to me? Oh,
the character that plays Alvin.
Yeah.
That's Andrew. Yeah. So there was a time I was just like coming to escort him. Yeah. Right. I was supposed to come with him, and then he just comes to like have a shoot, and then we go back.
Yeah.
But then apparently, I think that day there was a problem. Someone was supposed to play Jason.
Yeah, he had to leave due to personal reasons, so we had to replace him.
And I don't think he was on scene. Yeah. But you guys needed to like shoot him that day.
That day was imperative. We had to do that scene. Yeah. Because a lot of money had gone into it.
For me, it was a bit funny because like the moment I got there, you just looked at my face and you were like, nah, you know what? You are Jason.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Like, I didn't even know what was happening. Like, I didn't know who this Jason was. I didn't know his scenes.
Like,
I
had photo shoots, right? Was it the day we were taking pictures?
Yeah. That was the day. We had a couple of shoots, and
that was like a risk, but it was a calculated risk because I guess noticed you, and then I was like, nah, I feel like you have the knack for it. And one thing that also made me very sure that you had the capabilities was your energy for the like
Really?
yeah, your energy. And that's one thing I was going to even talk to you about. Like, bro, your energy is serious. You are so hard on yourself. Do you know that?
I mean, I like to be perfect.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you've
part
seen
of
that.
acting is also showing the imperfections. Do you get it? But like I admire that much. The way you're able to willing to say no, Kofi, no. I think we should do it from this angle. Then I was like, Charlie, he's like, oh, we should do it again. We should take it again. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, because for that, you know, we've actually done a couple of scenes, and I'm like, nah, you know what, this is not it. I don't want to do this.
So what
this
are you actually looking for when you don't feel comfortable? Is it like a different angle or you're
No,
acting
at times I feel like I haven't acted right in that instance. Like it feels so scripted. I really don't like it when I'm acting and like everyone can see that nah, this guy's acting. I really hate it. Like I want it to be like so like I want to flow. You get it? I want it to look like there's no camera on me. Like this is how I am. Like you understand?
I get that.
I just want to flow. I don't want to look. Yeah.
But was acting something you're always interested in, or was because of I approached you?
Yeah, how you have, honestly, that day was.
So initially you were not really interested in acting, but then it just came.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to tell Andrew
Yeah.
that I mean I wouldn't mind to act and all that, but I wasn't really serious. But the day you saw me and you were like, no, this is you. Like I think you can do it. So I was like, okay, why not? Let me try.
You've done so well. So how do you feel about your character, Jason?
Honestly, I feel like that's me.
For real?
Like yeah, Jason is literally like I can say maybe 90% of that character is myself. So it's a bit easy.
Yeah.
But the only thing I struggle with is with the how do I say, the impressions and all.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes like you have to act surprised. Sometimes you have to act. Those ones are maybe where I find a bit of a problem, because like, how do you act surprised? You know, if you are surprised about something, you should be surprised.
You should be genuinely surprised.
You should be genuinely surprised.
Yeah, I get that.
So for me to act surprised, like how do I act that? That's where my challenges are.
I
but
see that being
apart from that, I think the character is like perfectly casted for me. I feel, yeah.
And how do you feel about even the whole storyline about the whole treasure app?
Bro, mystery.
Mystery.
Like, I really like
mystery.
it. Yeah.
That's dope.
I mean, how can an app? I really like it. Yeah. When I heard the story from the day you told me, I was like, really? You want to do this in Ghana? Like, that's actually not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope. And I even remember all the time we struggled to get scenes in Legon and stuff. Yeah.
Bro, we had to smuggle equipment. I mean, it's not even a joke. I remember, you remember we got bounced by the porters, and we had to find a wish. We actually took days to strategize how we were going to shoot that scene.
We spent Modern Warfare, bro. I remember. I mean, that was an experience. That was an experience. And how do you feel about Acquah's character too? Do you feel comfortable when he's acting with you too?
Bro, I've known Acquah since whenever. So it's like it just flows. It's like I don't even have to act when I have scenes with him. It's like we are just talking. Like it's a normal conversation with him. Yeah. You understand? So I don't really struggle when I have scenes with Acquah at all.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
And what acted with? You also acted with Ruby. So how did you feel? Did you feel nervous at first or intimidated or something?
For some reason, yeah. I normally don't feel intimidated or nervous around girls. But then when I was shooting with her, I don't know, but I kind of missed my lines like a lot of times. I had to retake. I don't know why it happened, but...
Yeah, I get that. And do you feel like... How do you feel about her acting skills?
Bro, she's good.
She's good.
I'm not going to lie. She's very good. Especially, you remember that scene with Edem in the car?
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, of course.
The girl is good.
Of course. Yeah, she's good. She's good. And who else have you gotten a chance to act with? You acted Acquah, Dora. Yeah. How do you feel about Dora?
Oh, that girl was also good. I mean,
I like the way you guys practiced it when we were recording at that court.
We practiced.
You guys practiced for like, hey,
we did. Yeah,
it was just her come to put your arms around you. You guys were going and doing it over and over.
Because I remember you guys were having a shoot, and we practiced throughout the whole shoot before the thing itself. Yeah.
So how do you feel? Do you feel nervous in front of a camera?
No, for some reason. No.
Really?
Yeah. I remember when the camera came, like when I did my first scene, I didn't even care, because I feel like it was all because of Acquah. Because it's like
I'm with my friend, like my childhood friend.
rules
Like, what is there to be nervous about? So
Yeah,
I was just, it just like, it was like nothing had changed. Like, it was like there was no camera in front of me.
That's dope.
So yeah.
And then, with regards to when we are shooting, how do you balance it with your normal work life? No, you normally shoot on Saturdays, right? But obviously, too, you have other stuff too. So how do you normally balance it?
But for some reason, the Saturdays really help.
They really help, yeah.
Because Monday to Friday, maybe I have to go to work.
Yeah.
Saturdays, I can balance it. Like the times that we have the shoots, probably, like they are mostly my free time. So I don't really struggle.
And we work on more projects than just Treasure Up. In fact, we've done shorts and stuff too. And I've seen that you have a knack for it. You really have a knack for it. So
that's what you keep on saying. But honestly, I told you, like anytime we are done shooting, anytime we are done shooting, I look at them like, nah, this is not it. I want something better. Like I want us to do it again. I want us to like retake the whole thing. Cause
I feel like even if you retake it 100 times, you'll still not be satisfied.
No, I would be satisfied. I feel like, come on. But if you see the shots we've done, I'm like, no, this is not it. Come on.
Really?
If I had my way, we would reshoot the whole thing again.
For real?
Yeah.
We'll let the crowd decide and we'll see. You see that it's so lovely. But yeah, I'm really proud of what you've done so far. And Charlie, more grace to your elbows, bro. Your talent, bro. Right. If anything, we'll talk more. Hey, Jessica.
Hi, Kofi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Are you still modeling?
Yes, I am.
Actively?
Yeah, kind of.
Funny enough, that's actually how I linked you, right?
Yeah, that's how we met. We were
was that
in an
City Models
agency.
Prime? Was Prime?
Yeah, Prime Models.
Was Prime. And then that's also makes you in Kelvin's class, right?
Yeah, the acting
So you
class.
joined Kelvin's class before you met me, right?
No, I met you on at the agency before.
Kelvin.
Yeah.
And how did you even link up Kelvin?
Yeah, that I don't remember, but I knew something came up.
You remember?
Oh yeah, I remember. You posted something about the class.
Acting class.
I was like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm interested in joining the class, and you sent me Kelvin's.
So what made you even want to venture into acting as a side gig or even whatever?
Well, I have a particular interest in, modeling, acting, music, anything that seems to be like entertainment.
It's been years since we last spoke.
Does it bother you sometimes?
I try not to think about it.
There are reports of gangs activities tripling in the country, and this recent murder may be related. I need you to stay focused.
Yeah, Kelvin was, what made you even want to go into Kelvin's acting class after I posted it?
Well, as I was saying, I have an interest in acting. When I see other actors or, artists doing their thing, the whole process of starting an idea from scratch and watching other people play like a major role, a character. I mean, when you're acting, it can be anything and anyone. You just have to pretend to be it.
So it
well,
comes
not
naturally
technically,
to you.
you're not pretending.
It's kind of...
You're acting it, you're living it out. It's just not real.
It's not you. It's not you. It's a different character. But it's not really pretending to. It's real.
It's like another side of you want to like let out, let loose. So it's like, okay, it can be anything. It can be anyone. Hell, I can do anything.
So then you have no like issues with the camera on you? You do? You did. Did you ever have an issue when we're shooting?
I did.
Really?
I still do.
Do you stammer or you have stage fright a bit?
Yeah, stage fright.
Stage fright. But so how do you? Because for the most part, when we're shooting, I didn't see that.
The Lord is my shepherd.
Oh, really?
I just have to tug it up.
Oh, okay. So far, the character Acquah, even though we've not gotten so far with the character, how do you feel about her with regards to even the small thing that we've done or the information you've been given?
First off, I love my character.
Really?
Thank you.
What makes you love it?
I think you probably made hair for me.
I think everyone has caught me with that.
Yeah,
Everyone has realized that.
You look
yeah.
at how the
Yeah.
person is, and it's like, okay, you know what? I want you to be this character.
It made it easier for me than forcing you guys to act. I realized that I can't. That's too hard for me to try and convince you guys to be a completely. So I decided to just tailor most of the character stories to. But for the most part, I think
she's smart. She's fast on her feet. She tries to survive in any way she can.
Yeah.
And I like her because it's also like me. I do whatever I have to do to get the results that I want. Don't mean I do anything though, but if I want to do something, I have to finish what I started.
Yeah.
That is more of it for me. And you always have to try to find your way, no matter what you're trying to do. And I have to think about all the consequences, the results it will have on yourself and on other people. So for her, I mean, she's a tomboy.
I would say ish, roughish, like not completely tomboyish, because from what we've seen, it's not like she's completely a tomboy. But I just feel like she's more like a you can't kind of like bully her. Exactly, that's the word. You can't bully her, without getting clawed out or something. So I agree with that. Yeah.
You can't fuck around and not find out.
Oh, I love that. I love that statement. And then I really like the way you were able to convey that look of shock when you saw the dead body.
Man, that was hard. Okay.
Oh, was it hard?
That was so hard.
How was it hard?
Because I have to find a dead body. And I have to panic. Can you imagine? I was feeling lightheaded. I almost passed out. Like that's hard.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, but it wasn't. You actually did, because we only did like maybe three takes.
Yeah, we did.
3 takes. We did like with regards to the close-up shots on your face. Yeah, we did 3 takes.
And we had to like go back.
Come back again. But you were able to convey that look of shock. And I love the way your character, when she was headed towards the empty car, looking kind of nervous, not knowing who was in the car. I love that shot.
I mean, I have to be. It's a dangerous world.
Yeah, so in actual fact, your character is actually the opening shot. It's the opening scene of the whole trailer. You get it. So we have to make sure we got that. You know, with the show, it's important that, from what I learned, it's important that the characters or the viewers are hooked from the very, very first. I think they said 5 minutes or something. If you don't do that, they say you failed. So that means that obviously a dead body, I think, to me, is one of the best ways to hook someone who killed this person. So I just wanted to get someone who I knew that would give that vibe of someone who was adventurous but at the same time too cautious. So you have to look like, because anyone who's walking, your character was walking, she saw a leg. The leg was kind of peeking out. Me, if it was me, I walk where I see leg the peek first, I'm gone. But you kept on going, you get it. So that's
like I had to find out if the person was still alive.
I don't even want to find. Black men don't do that. They don't find out.
Oh,
they
go. The moment we see someone running, we have to run. I don't have to.
You have some whiteness in you too, so it's what it is.
No, I don't think that's some whiteness.
It's whiteness in you. But I actually think that's what makes Acquah compelling, because she's willing to be curious enough to see and confirm. I've seen a person on the floor at night. You have to be sure. He's not on the floor in the sky, and you have to be sure.
The car. I mean, the lights were on.
For me, the car is enough. But I really do admire that about you. How you're able to convey that, character, even from the car, and for the most part, we didn't give you dialogue for when you're talking on the phone. So you have to now act like
to improvise.
Yes. Because I'm not really a fan of. Not like I'm not a fan of scripting, but I've realized that.
It seem too like you're following,
when people are acting in here and you give them a script, it's like robotic. Say, I am scared. Then the person says, I am scared. Like robotically, so it gets to the point that if I give you a script, I rather prefer I give you the script, you read it, obviously you memorize it, then improv the whole thing. Remove that whole shit and then remember what. It's not true and what I want you to do. I want you to just kind of make it realistic.
Go with the flow.
Exactly. Because if you do this whole script, it limits them. So I want to give you guys the free range.
You do well with giving us the space to improvise.
But it's still hard for you. I know you guys, it's not easy. In actual fact, the whole thing about the improv scripts, you got that from Kelvin.
Oh yeah, he likes.
Yeah,
to
Kelvin's. In fact, without Kelvin, none of us would probably be. I don't lie to you. If Kelvin hadn't like introduced me to this whole acting thing,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been thought about trying this treasure hunt thing.
It kind of reminds me of when we were having our we were casting us for our characters, and he was like, "You, come, now act like you are sad."
The other thing he does where you say that, say I am unhappy in 3 emotions. That's all.
Like,
so I have to say I'm
sad,
happy in. I have to convince
angry,
him. Oh, bro,
like,
it was then that I realized that there is actually a chance for there to be, no offense to any shade or anyone, but like there's a chance for there to actually be true acting with regards to true emotions, because like when you're not scripted, you are forcing the person to come up with his own emotion there and there. You're forcing someone to actually kind of like be in the moment, because it's not a script where you can remember that, oh, I'm supposed to say this. You have to force the actual emotion. And that you have to probably dig into something that you actually relate to it, something that made me happy that will make you. So for example, if I want someone to be sad and I don't give him the lines, or I don't give him a clear-cut direction, that person's only way to do it is either use a reference or actually something actually happened. Then actually do that. And it works. And so I actually think that they're actually great actors here, and I think you're one of them. Of course.
I think I get to learn from the best.
Oh, I beg. Too humble. We did. But we hustled too. We had a lot of issues. If we were to go into the issues of, I don't want to go through it. Malfunctions and stuff. But it is what it is. It's part of the journey, and so far it's been fun. So I really do appreciate you and everything.
I do appreciate you too.
More moves.
Like I said, you know the other works that are in works.
The other works that are in works.
Yeah. Don't forget.
I haven't forgotten. Don't worry. We'll start. Okay. Thank you again so much. All right.
Yeah, that wasn't for anyone's hearing.
Right, cut.
Thank you.
You get some other work. Why we did? We're not flirting.
No, we have some other.
Andrew, my boy. What's up? Anyway, so yeah, let me even start from the top. How do we link up again? Who linked you up to me? Was that Into?
Yeah.
Into,
It was Into.
For real. How's been your experience so far? Into actually did four so.
Yeah, he's a plug.
He's a plug. Yeah. So how's been your experience so far? Acting. In fact, let's even take it back. What made you even want to try something like this? Because I know it's something you're trying. I know for a fact that it's not initially it wasn't your plan to be an actor. I don't think so.
What made you think that?
I don't know. I feel like you're more of a fashionista kind of person, a model, more aimed at that section. But I could be wrong. So enlighten me.
Oh, but personally, I feel like modeling and acting and the whole creative space, you can just like switch in between any of them, view the personalities that come with each of them too as well. So I was like, let me try acting too as well, because I feel like watching movies and all that brings a different kind of personalities based on the script or what you're tasked to do. So I was like, let me just hit a try for it and see how it goes.
True. Did you feel nervous when the camera was in you?
Nah.
For real? Just rolled with it. Yeah,
because I feel like I used to do YouTube at first. So
you used to do YouTube?
Yeah.
You had your own YouTube channel. You used to do for real. And what were you doing on that YouTube?
It was
reactions or what? Or just
no. I was doing more of like streets.
Challenges, going to talk to people and those kind of stuff. Okay.
Type shit,
Yeah, I think if you start with that, definitely you'll be used to a camera by then.
Yeah. So I started with that, but it didn't go well. I feel that's it. So I think I have plans of going back to it.
Oh,
let's see how it goes.
That'll be a vibe. And so, how's your? I've noticed that you're a very fashion-oriented person. What even made you even want to explore that side? Have you always liked fashion, or was it something you picked up from someone?
No, I think it's something that I liked. It's something that I just like.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any. I just like to try out outfits and all that and see whether it looks good on me. Yeah. So I think that's how I started off with. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel about your character, Alvin? Or what can you tell us about him? Enlighten the crowd. Enlighten us.
So Alvin is more like a reserved type person.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to do too much, but he just gets on his goals and all that. Yeah, that's how I feel like Alvin is.
You know, with regards to his relationship with Jason, would you call it toxic? Would you call it good? Would you call it healthy? How do you feel it? So, do you support each other as brothers? Obviously, you're not giving spoilers. Obviously, we don't need to know the spoilers, but you know what I mean. Like the general. If someone were to first start watching Treasure Up, how do you think they would describe Jason and Alvin's relationship? Are they brothers? Are they?
Yeah, like close friends, like people that we grew up with childhood.
Yeah.
Actually,
which is actually the fact.
Which
too,
actually
right?
is the fact too. Yeah, Jason, Najeem.
Yeah.
We grew up together, or that went to the same JHS together. And
Oh, for real? Same JHS?
Same JHS.
Oh, okay.
We grew up in the same hood too, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So when you were acting with him, you were able to guess roll of it easy.
Yeah,
very easy. Right?
Very easy because he's my friend. I know the capabilities of him, and he also knows mine too as well. So I was like, oh, let's just give it a shot.
And what was your most challenging experience shooting for the Treasure App?
Most challenging.
There are a lot though, but like,
that's
give us the one that comes at the top of your head, the cherry on top of the cake, the one that's most glaring to you, that you can remember.
I think the last one.
The last one. What did we do in the last one?
The last one was the one. It was raining. The rainy day.
The rainy day. But we didn't shoot you in the rain though.
Yeah. But I mean, afterwards, where I was supposed to, I think.
That was in the room, right?
Yeah, that was the room scene.
That time you were tired too, I remember. We shot it late into the night too.
Now on that, I
think
so
we shot scenes where you were first moving in. We also shot scenes where you and Alvin were also kind of. I think you and Alvin even had a scene where another person who just joined recently is Yasuke. You guys did a scene where you guys were looked at each other. But I'm trying to remember which scene it is exactly that was hard for you to do.
The evening down that Jason was supposed to go out, like, I think that part.
And you had to act like you were sleeping. I recall. We did do 2 takes. One take was you sleeping. You gave a suggestion that you wanted it to be like he smiled or something. You remember?
Yes.
Yeah, you gave that vibe too. That was your hardest?
Yeah. Should I say that was that was the one that I feel like, that was the hardest because we're supposed to give the impression that I was the one behind it.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah,
so I thought of doing that, and I think it was kind of difficult because bringing that emotion at that time was kind of like difficult. Yeah.
So like with your experience on Treasure App, have you ever thought of also adding acting to your resume, like something you want to explore later on, or for now you are just primarily focused on acting just for Treasure App, or do you want to explore other stuff too in the acting field too?
So after being on set on Treasure App, I feel like I want to explore more personalities based on acting too as well. So I think I'm giving it a shot.
I also love the way that you kind of mix fashion with your character. I guess I even had to just write in that Alvin is a model. I guess I had to write it. Even you probably actually proposed that to me. You said, why doesn't Alvin go out to these? You remember, right?
Nah,
you also me that. You wanted your character to be you. Why doesn't Alvin go on these modeling gigs? Why don't you say he's a model? It's our chart, you see. So I guess I have to just add it because I realized that no matter what, you shut up. No matter what you dress out like, alright, so let me just add that. And it kind of adds up to the whole dynamic between Jason and Alvin because how Jason is more or less monotone, you are a bit, it's funny, right? Because Jason is more a bit, with regards to dressing, he's cool, like monotone, but like you are a bit more flashy. But ironically, too, with regards to characters, Jason is more like he wants to make a name for himself more. You are more on the reserve. So it's kind of funny how, with regards to your actual characters, you guys are opposite, but with regards to your dressing style, you guys are also opposite too. It's a very, very interesting dynamic too. So I kind of like that too. But so far I've been very impressed. For the most part, you've been very consistent with acting, coming with the shows and everything too. And I've been very proud of what you've done so far, actually. More moves.
But what do you think would be the difficult parts in shooting Alvin and Jason's scene?
What do I think would be or has been?
Has been, sorry.
That's a very good question. One is the one where we had to smuggle equipment into the one of the dorms, one of the hostels.
I think that was...
I can't remember that one. But then apart from that, sometimes one of the most hardest things is when sometimes I don't know how to handle the equipment. Sometimes I'm forced to do it myself, and for better or for worse, I don't really have the hang of it as much as I would, which is something that I have to learn as a director more. So I feel like for the most part, it's not just even the handling of equipment, it's more of, because out of all the cast members, out of all the people we have in the show, Legon has the most people in one location. The other characters are, even though they're all spread out, but Legon has like you, Alvin, Enim, Samuel, George, Beryl, all in one. So now, you guys don't notice it, but how to kind of make sure you guys are doing your parts as a collective. So when we were shooting in that courtyard, and then stuff was messing up and everything, I had to come and apologize to you. The hardest part is trying to make sure that because for the most part, when things go wrong, I have to quickly think of something new to do. So that's the hardest part of shooting. In addition to that too, I'm always thinking like, hey, what if someone comes to seize our equipment, then I'm dead. You get it? So those are the issues. But apart from that, with regards to your characters, I haven't had issues. Nah. You guys have been very good with. And it's right, it's true. You guys are able to roll off. And it's not just you and Najeem. I don't know why, but for the character, even with Into so far, it wasn't even too hard. Not too hard, but maybe because I didn't get to go that far with him. But like with regards to you and Najeem especially, I haven't had any issues. You guys roll off each other. So it's just easy, I guess film you. The only issue for me is how to capture it from the angle that I want. But apart from that, I have no issues. If anything, it's Najeem's insistence for it to be perfect, which I actually respect. But apart from that, I think you guys have a knack for acting, even if it's not something you want to pursue like primarily. But I'm really happy to have met you guys, bro. You guys are good, bro.
Thank you.
So more moves. I'm hoping obviously, we all know that this is not the end of Treasure. We are far from over. We have about 6 more episodes, more than that. But I know we'll finish it by God's grace next year. And can't wait to see more stuff. You have even the shorts we've been working on too. I have many plans for you guys too. But I'm really proud of what you've done so far, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm so proud to be a part of Treasure Abja.
Thanks, bro. Hi, fella.
Hi, Kofi.
How you doing?
I'm good, yourself?
Okay.
Yeah.
How's today for you?
Normal.
Okay. So you told me you were ortho something. I forgot the name. You scan. Your actual job, your actual profession, your medical science student. Not a student again.
No.
You're actually working, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're an actress too. Or that's even like a side gig, right?
Yeah. I would prefer to call it a side
gig.
Yeah.
And how's been your experience so far? In fact, how long did you start acting?
Oh, okay. That was when I was in level 200.
Really? What made you even first go to acting level 200? Were you in the drama club or something?
Nothing like that. Okay, so that's how I was first into modeling.
Yeah?
Yeah, I met a friend who does both acting and modeling. I get to watch her scenes, movies and stuff. I'm like, you know what, I can do this.
Yeah.
So it was like I developed that interest to probably try acting.
Oh, okay. And so the very first time you ever got a camera, were you nervous? Or you're okay?
Very nervous.
Very nervous. Did you fumble or you were able to?
A lot. A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
And how many productions have you been, like movies or series?
Mostly web series.
Web series, right? So
the major projects I've done so far is featured in YOLO.
YOLO. How was that? So, how's the experience from under YOLO and then, web series or even the ones before? Is there a sense of more professionalism in terms of timeline or what's the difference between them and something like under YOLO?
Okay, for the web series, they don't go too hard on you.
Really?
Yeah.
So YOLO, they go hard on you?
Hey!
So they expect you to adhere to a particular script or something or a style?
It's not like you go word to word.
Oh, okay.
You need to understand the character and everything, so you can actually improvise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then you should be smart about it and on point.
But I think it helped you, right? It helped you.
A lot.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So then, are you still thinking about pursuing acting, or for now it's just a side
For
gig?
now, work.
Work.
It's so stressful.
Yeah.
Sometimes you be at home, you feel it's your off day, but they just call you emergency.
You can just do that out of the blue, huh? Yeah.
So once in a while.
They better be paying you some good money for that. Wow. Okay. So the very first thing we did with you, unfortunately or fortunately, was at the back end of a different shoot we did at Legon, right?
Yeah.
That time you were tired.
Very.
It was literally on your face. You were
I was very
tired.
tired.
But when we finished shooting you and I looked at the scenes, you have this particular, and if you've not noticed, every time I put out, obviously the work is not finished, but every time I put out these little small trailers I put together, I always particularly, there's this scene of you, if you've not noticed.
Yeah.
I love that scene, because that scene, I don't know if that was intentional or you were tired, but it looked like you were, like when the characters of Anne-Marie and Kofi came to ask you what's wrong, you had this look, like you were fed up of you. And maybe because you were tired, but like it added to the whole scene, because your character was supposed to be like it's as if she has looked everywhere for her brother and can't find him. So it's as if someone comes to, you know that feeling where you are tired of hearing the same questions and someone, like you've asked and no one's giving you an answer and you are tired and someone comes to ask you, are you okay? Then you like, so you had this look you gave them and I was like, that is perfect.
Okay, actually I was supposed to cry.
Yeah, you're supposed to cry. Yeah,
that was very challenging because at that point I didn't know how to.
Have you never cried on set before?
Never.
Have you ever been required to cry on set before?
Probably when I send auditions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But did you cry during the auditions? No.
No.
Hey,
I tried so hard.
So is it hard for you to actually invoke that emotion for the most part? Okay, so what has been your most challenging experience in acting?
Most challenging. I think it has to do with since where I'm not so comfortable with. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get that. You don't need to go into details. I understand what you mean. Okay. What about the script? How does the script? Do you have issues to also recollecting the script that you're given?
No, not at all.
Really? You can memorize it? Oh, that's good.
I can go word to word if you want.
So do you prefer the script or do you prefer improv?
No, I prefer flowing naturally.
Oh,
because with the script, sometimes if you forget, you will try recollecting and it messes up the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Wow. But so far, from what I've seen so far, yeah, I don't know, I've forgotten who linked you to me, but I think Kelvin who? Amevo? Or Into?
No.
Into?
Yeah, Into.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's great. He's a great guy too.
I met him on set, Yellow set.
Yeah, then you
so
got
that's how he connected me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you've been great so far. And there's a whole lot that I've planned for you for next year, but obviously we have to work according to your schedules. But like for the most part, I'm glad I still met you. And I'm so glad you even came at the same time too. So thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Let's put it more in perspective with regards to Treasure App. So when I first approached you about the show, how did you feel about the storyline? What made you realize that this is something you want to take on?
Okay, so that's actually a very good question. I remember when you gave me the brief summary of the entirety of the project, I tend to do this thing where I break an entire project down to its like the last molecule, like what I feel like would have inspired the brain who birthed the idea, and it seemed to me, it gave me the impression of something limitless, right? Like this big expanse where you have free reign to like create anything you want, because this is talking about an app that literally can do anything, and then the explanation behind it is so vague and mysterious. It's sort of like a god, something like that. So giving an artist that free reign to do whatever they want, adding a bit of mystery, horror, culture, and everything, I feel like it was what I needed to write about in that moment. And the moment I hit, like I had, leeway to try to write something on it, I honestly was excited.
One thing I really kind of admire about writers that I've met so far is there was another writer who came to even help to a point, Sally, and I've noticed you also have that tendency when we're discussing the storyline. So we're able to roll off each other with regards to the storyline. Know how, like, it's as if I give an idea, I say, oh, why don't this happen? And then you were able to add to this, but like, oh yeah, that's a nice way. Then it just keeps on building up and building up. That's one thing I really like about it. But let's talk more about how, out of all the batches of characters we have in the Treasure App, which arc or storyline was your favorite?
The village arc.
The village arc. What made the village arc?
For one thing, that was the first arc we started writing. Like the first day I met you, that was the arc we started planning about.
That's true.
And I have always wanted to write something from the perspective of, a village or of a small community. So when I had that, free reign to do something like that, it was like a dream come true. Especially with that whole twist about, mysterious missing kids.
The kidnappings.
Exactly. So honestly, that's one of my favorite arcs.
And what about the character? Is she your favorite character? That's Anne-Marie, right?
Anne-Marie is my favorite characters.
Well, Amma.
Yeah, Anne-Marie is one of my favorite characters because of how I believe I portrayed her to be that resilient person, like striving to like get what she wants regardless of how it affects herself and other people. Like her moral compass is always on point, and I feel like if most people were like, hey, the world would be better off, but alas, that's not how everything is. So I feel like I really like Anne-Marie as like one of my favorite characters, and I think Kofi is also
in her
Kofi is
story.
actually Kofi is actually a very good
village
character.
idiot.
He sort of keeps her grounded.
Yeah,
I like that aspect of the village arc as well.
Okay, so so you giving me your favorite arc. Which was the most challenging character or arc to tackle?
Okay, so the most challenging arc was actually Stacy's arc.
Stacy, that's Joseph's girlfriend, right? Yeah. What made it challenging?
It was too simple.
Yeah.
Like,
out of everyone else's storyline, she didn't really have a lot of
it was
meat
quite
inside.
monotonous because the same thing over and over again. So it was a bit difficult to, ingrain certain aspects of the treasure up into it because it was more bland. There was very little. Granted, there was a bit of mystery in it, but it was too close to the norm for me. I tend to like gravitate more towards mystery and stuff like that, or supernatural or paranormal, but that wasn't really paranormal, so it was a bit difficult for me, but I liked it regardless. I mean, getting to the end of her arc, it was actually quite good.
Quite good, yeah, I remember.
And I think another challenging arc for me too was Alvin and Jason's arc. Because it was too close to home.
And it got, initially the arc was boring. Because we had to now find ways to make it more than just about school life. We had to add, because everyone else had this mystery or this thing having directly relating to the app.
True.
Alvin and Jason for the beginning was just them using it and just chilling. So how do we make sure that the whole aim was that if a viewer is watching it, I don't want them to get to maybe this arc and then they skip forward.
Yeah, they just lose interest.
There has to be something that captures them. So I agree with that. But with regards to even Alvin and Jason, I think for the most part, their scenes, you were present for most of them.
Yeah, like 90%.
How was the review of that? We suffered in a lot of the shows.
Ah, Lord. Don't get me started. Seeing as I know both of them personally, working with them was like second nature because I have more than a fair idea of how they operate. I sort of pictured them and then wrote the script according to them. So it wasn't really difficult for them to, assimilate the lines and everything. I even gave them free rein to, improvise and everything because the script was literally fashioned for them. So dialogue and everything was easy for me, but the whole project, like the whole arc as an entirety was the problem because it was too close to home for someone who has just completed uni, trying to make it, because sometimes uni life can be quite boring.
For some.
Yeah, if you I don't know, delude yourself into believing you know what you want and you don't want to fall by the wayside and all of that, it's quite boring. So as someone who lived that life for half of my life, half, like from 100 to 100, that kind of lifestyle was a bit monotonous and boring. But so I had to, add a little bit of flair and everything to make it, more, add a bit of razzle dazzle, if you will. I actually liked, I think that's my second favorite arc. Because I knew the people, it was very easy to relate to them and everything.
And I think out of all the characters, they were even the most easiest to work with. They're a lot more eager, I think. And it's a bit more fun. Maybe because of the fact of where we are in Legon, and for the most part, everyone is just happy. I'm not trying to say the other ones weren't fun too. They all fun their own way, but I feel like the Legon people, like, it's like everyone is excited, they're jumping, excited. They want, this glee about this whole thing. So I kind of have fun with them a lot. And in terms of sacrifice, we've shot into like, we shot a scene in the rain.
I remember
in the rain.
Consistency.
Oh God,
like,
that when I thought God was against us, it rained heavy. Bro, I thought it was cancelled. I called the rental company Fotokrome. I told them that we may not even do the thing, but then my boys were like, let's try and do it. So they actually put on a top or a cloth put on the camera and we went out. We went to and shoot them. I was shocked that thing even happened, but it just shows how like I feel like more engaged they were in the story. So for the most part, the Legon characters are really
100%.
fun. I mean, that's where the kissing and stuff goes.
Bro.
But I feel like you've been really instrumental in the show, and I really appreciate it. I also know you have other stuff you were working on too, like your own production and stuff.
You know, an artist never really rests.
So have you learned lessons from here that aided you in your own production?
A lot, a myriad, like multitudes. Honestly, every single time I come on set, I leave with a lesson. Whether it's positive, negative, I have an idea of.
But I think right now you're a director now. I might as well add that to your resume right now.
Definitely, I might as well add it because it's fun, and it gives me that freedom to, or that it keeps me grounded because I know I shouldn't strive or derail off what I wrote.
Yeah.
So I know I'm directing it. So I'm supposed to write it in a way that would, be uniform when it comes to the writing and directing aspect. So in as much as it's a bit, tedious sometimes, it's good for me because come 2 or 3 years later on, I have that knowledge to do both or to multitask. So I wouldn't always need someone to co-direct. Maybe co-direct, sure, but like to actually direct something I produce or something I birth, I don't think I would need that. So I'm actually very, grateful for the opportunity to, do both of these things. These things.
It's been an honor working with you. You're very, very talented, and you're very, very good at, Oh no, I'm actually serious. It's not any.
Thank you very much.
It's actually the truth. So
thank you very much.
I can't wait to, see more works from you.
Oh, definitely.
See more of your progress and stuff. And we're still not done with Treasure Up, so
long way to go.
More stuff to go. Yeah, we have planning all with like.